Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. On Thursday, up-and-coming Houston rapper BTB Savage was shot and killed in what police believe was a targeted murder. According to reports, the shooting transpired around 6:10 p.m. in the 2100 block of Mid Lane near Houston's River Oaks neighborhood. Witnesses at the scene said BTB was driving a white Mercedes when suspects in a black Subaru drove up alongside him and just started bucking shots at the rapper. And after firing the fatal shots, the suspects in the Subaru just sped away. Now, it appears that BTB's death came just 4 days after he did an interview on Vlad TV where he spoke openly about allegedly killing a man in self-defense who tried to rob him in his San Antonio home after asking for a feature. When discussing the incident, BTB said that the dude and his uncle came over to his crib trying to get him to rap on a track, and then the situation went all the way left. When recalling the shooting, BTB said, quote, I've been trying to do this for a long time, bro. You've been BSing. I'm like, I bet. We go into the crib and they just talking and ish, looking around. I figured it was kind of weird. They were looking all around, walking into my crib, but I didn't pay it no mind. I was just kind of like, come on, let's get this out the way. I'm gonna go knock this out 30 seconds, rapping real quick, and then I'm done. I ain't tripping, end quote. BTB went on to say that when the dude who asked for the feature went out to his car to get some music equipment, he locked the door behind him, but the uncle was still in the crib. So BTB went on to say, quote, his uncle, he pulled out some bread and was like, oh, we ain't on that. You don't gotta lock the doors or nothing like that. I'm a grown man. While he talking, he asking me about my chain, like, what jeweler do you go to, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, yeah, I dropped a bag on this one. And then right as I'm talking, I go down to look at my piece while he talking. That's when he upped and pulled on me and he was like, run that, end quote. After saying that, BTB Savage said that he was able to wrestle a gun from the dude and then his girlfriend came out and fired the fatal shots. Okay, so your boy BTB tells that story on Vlad 4 days before he's murdered. But hours before he's murdered, he jumps on social media and he starts bragging about the murder again because he posts pictures of himself flexing in a whole bunch of jewelry while standing next to the blood-splattered door that's riddled with bullet holes in his apartment. Look, I hate the fact that your boy BTB Savage is dead, and I hate the fact that he might have been killed over nothing. May his soul rest in peace. But even though he's gone, we can use this situation as a teachable moment. 1. You don't just let strange dudes up into your crib. That whole transaction could have been handled over email. You send me the track, I drop the bars, and then I'll send it back to your Dropbox. 2. If you're nervous, you don't just lock one criminal out and let the other one stay in the crib. That's not good, right? 3. There's a time to flex the jewelry and a time to say, this ish right here is fake. And 4, after you kill one of the dudes, you don't stand in the blood and brag about it on social media because 1, that's mad unsanitary. You don't know what that dude got, and now you got that all up on your kicks. And 2, there's a time to flex and a time not to flex. You can't flex in a pool full of blood from the dude that you killed because he broke into your house. That right there is just crazy. And you can never forget that criminals have family and friends too, so you don't know who's out there salty at you. Now, let's be clear, I am not trying to blame the victim. What I'm saying is that there are criminals out there, so us non-criminals gotta use a little wisdom when dealing with these fools. Listen, let me know what you think about your boy BTB Savage in the comments. And while you're down there making a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And while we're talking about likes, I want to say thank you to everybody who pressed the like button on the last video, because our numbers definitely went up. And that was because of you. Now, let me see what other story we got. The other day, your boy Joe Budden was on Drink Champs, and when Nori and DJ FN asked him which rap group was better out of Mobb Deep and Outkast, Joe Budden crowned Outkast the greatest rap group of all time. Joe said, quote, Outkast is the greatest group of all time, but I'm from New York. But Outkast is better than Mobb Deep. I'm not gonna be on camera saying otherwise. But Queens, Mobb Deep, rest in peace, Prodigy. Quote. See, for me, that's an unfair comparison because I would never compare Mobb Deep to Outkast. Those are two totally different things. But Where I disagree with your boy Joe is that I don't think that Outkast was the greatest group of all time. If I had to choose, I would have to say it was a Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang Clan. But that's just my opinion. Let me know who you think was the greatest rap group of all time in the comments. Now check it out. Yesterday we reported that Tamika from Xscape accused her sister Latasha of stealing $30,000 from her in royalties. Tamika claims that she was supposed to get some checks that added up to like $30K, but that her checks never showed up. Then, when she looked into it, she found out that someone falsified documents to have her checks forwarded to her sister Latasha's house in Georgia. She also said that Latasha's husband was the one cashing the checks. When addressing the recent allegations, Latasha Scott said, quote, "For me and my sister, we're gonna get it together. I'm reaching out. I don't have the answers. I found out about the $30,000 allegation when I watched TV with y'all. Did I take my sister's money? I did not. We were both going through so much like 10, 11 years ago together as a family. It was one of those things that, I can't lie, we were both at our lowest. We didn't have any money. We all lived with my mother. So when you talking about $30,000, that I don't know anything about. All I said is, can we get some clarity about it? During that time, we were both helping one another. I just need clarity, because I have my receipts and you have yours." End quote. Latasha went on to say, quote, "We need to sit down as sisters and not go through this on social media. Like on social media, it's not good. We need to sit down and figure out what this is, because we can get through anything, but we have to communicate. I've been convicted of being a thief, and I don't even know what you're talking about." End quote. One of these chicks is lying, or somebody's playing both of these chicks for fools. And it's really sad, because your family is supposed to be the one that you're supposed to be able to run to when you need love. Now check it out. Everybody's favorite young felon, Tay-K, is back in the news. In case you didn't know, Tay-K was sentenced to 55 years after participating in a setup that winded up causing the murder of a young man. Now, after Tay-K and his boys killed the young man, Tay-K went on the run and made a hit song about the whole situation. And then he allegedly killed somebody else while he was on the run. Well, now that you know what Tay-K was up to back in the days, let me fill you in on what he's up to nowadays. On Thursday, Tay-K posted an image of a heartfelt letter that he wrote from prison to his fans. In the letter, Tay-K shares the trials and tribulations about being locked up in prison and states that he believes that his 55-year murder sentence is unfair. In the letter, TK wrote, quote, "I've been here for 5.5 years now, and I feel indebted to y'all for going so crazy behind me. It's still crazy to me that I never had a chance to live outside as an adult. I've been locked up and in and out of the justice and CPS system for my whole life. Not sure if y'all know, but I got sentenced as an adult to 55 years in prison for a crime where I wasn't even a shooter. I wasn't even alleged to have a gun. I was never even suspected to have pulled the trigger or hurt anyone. I was young and didn't have no positive figures around. Now that I'm older, I know how important focusing on leading by example is. I love my fans, and I don't want anyone to think I'm promoting or really recommending violence." End quote. Look, little TK says that he doesn't deserve 55 years because he wasn't the shooter. But let's look and see what the law says. According to the law, quote, "You can be convicted of a murder if you were a co-conspirator or an accomplice to a crime where it was reasonably foreseeable that your co-conspirator or your criminal associate would commit murder in order to succeed in their criminal plan." End quote. You know what that means? That means that you don't have to be the trigger man to be convicted of murder. And you know what? You know what really kills me? It amazes me how these criminals, when they're outside of jail, they want to break all the laws. But when they get inside the jail, all of a sudden, they're all about the laws. I mean, these dudes turn into Perry Mason. And they're sitting there talking about, according to the case law, I should be free. Because section 2.3-E says, man, get out of here with that. I mean, for real, it never ceases to amaze me how well these crooks know the legal books after they get hemmed up. But that's beside the point. Let me know what you think about your boy Tay-K. Should he have gotten less time because he wasn't the trigger man? Now check it out. The other day your boy Benzino jumped on Twitter to let everyone in the LGBTQ plus community know to stop trying to kick it to him. In the since deleted tweet, Benzino said, quote, "Attention to all in the LGBTQ ABCD. I respect your movement and your decision to be who you want to be, but stop the weird ish with the comments and the flirting. I'm not effing flattered because I'm not gay. Respect that ish as I respect who you are." End quote. Listen, all I want to know is who is trying to kick it to Benzino. That's all I'm going to say. But while we're talking about Benzino, I gotta tell you that Benzino has publicly blamed DJ Vlad for the death of BTB Savage. Remember the dude that we were talking about in the first story? In reference to the shooting that took place 4 days after BTB did an interview with Vlad, Benzino said, quote, "The curse of Vlad TV. I ain't never going on that ish again. The culture is already killing each other at such a high rate that we don't need instigators by an outsider." End quote. On the real, I don't know if BTB's interview on Vlad really had anything to do with the shooting, but I can say it didn't help the situation. And I can say this, your boy Benzino is right, because for some reason, we want to give the outsiders the coins when it comes to hip-hop, but we don't support our own. Listen, we gotta start supporting our own. And when I say that, I mean it's gotta be FUBU out this piece, with maybe a few sprinkles of M&Ms. Because if somebody who really cared about the culture and the people within the culture had done that same interview, they'd have looked at it and said, wait a minute, this isn't a good look, so I'm not getting ready to post it on YouTube. But not your boy Vlad, because Vlad just saw it as another interview with a black rapper that was gonna make him some more coins. I mean, let's keep it real. Your boy Vlad has made millions of dollars off the culture, but what has Vlad really given back to the culture? And do not come in the comments and say he gave us YouTube videos. Hey yo, let me know what you think about your boy Benzino saying that Vlad might have been the person who instigated the death of BTB. Do you agree or do you disagree? Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.